Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk. This is better known as number one. That's me, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Yeah, they read this off. Just remember, us as the righteous ones, we are still winners. That's the real, the number one grinder. Then I'm gonna hit you off with this intro. One of my favorite ones. We be right back.
You got to unmute your mic, underrated.
Oh, I'm sorry. Facebook gets on my nerves, yo.
What happened?
I can't broadcast from Facebook from here. They talking about I did something. I don't know what it is. So I gotta wait to
You
Facebook.
know what? I hate when they do that and then they don't explain to people what they did. They just want to say you did something. They make me mad with that. You can't just say I did something. You have to explain what I did. Like I wish there was a Facebook book, a book. I wish there was a Facebook, yeah, a book you can read or a building you can walk in because it'd be like they just be like making up the stupidest stuff, but then don't tell you what you did. You got to tell me.
Listen,
You got to tell me what I did. Like when they took my group away from me, they never told me what I did. They said I violated the policy. You got to tell me what I violated. What was said.
they said I violated action. What action I violated? So now I
Telling
gotta
you
wait
that
20. So I gotta wait 24 hours to do the Facebook. But that's
I
all
hate
right.
that, man. Like they make me sometimes want to get off. That's why I be on. I know IG is sensitive, but that's why I be over that way a lot because they be doing the most. But you know what? Today ain't about them. Today's about the legend,
So
man. You know?
it's about the legend, yo, man. Long as we got this,
Yeah.
on YouTube, and then So I said, people on IG. I mean, y'all on IG, y'all can hit me, y'all can hit that, get on and everything. So, but again, welcome. This is Biggie and boxing. You got my brother number one, got my brother right here, brother Clarence McLean. Let me
What's
read
up,
this.
people? What up?
Yeah, let me read this out for. Just remember, us as the righteous ones, we are still winners. That's the real. That's the real. L Dub Boxing, if you're still here, if you want to get on the panel, talk about Biggie and boxing, you're more than welcome. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Let me get this off. I ain't trying to see you no more. There you go. Uh, we gonna talk about. We are gonna talk about some boxing too. So we gonna talk. Who's fighting this week? Matter of fact.
Huh. Uh, I believe there's a zone fight this week, but I don't too much
Okay.
entertain what they doing. I don't know. I know I got the amateur fights coming up, so those are the ones that I'm really focused on. I think the big week in boxing really would be next week because Top Rank have their big card on March 19th.
Mhm.
Um, as you can see, I was talking to Bruce, Shoo Shoo's father earlier. You witnessed that.
Mhm.
And that's a big card for next Saturday night at the Garden. Shoo Shoo, Edgar Belina.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a couple of cats out there. That's gonna be the Spanish dude. I forgot his name. The Spanish young kid from Florida, I believe, but he's on the card. It's gonna be crazy though. But far as this week, nah, I don't. I think there's a zone for what I know, and that's it.
All right, now we're gonna do what you know. What? Let's go with the Biggie, man. What Biggie means to
Smash
you,
the
man?
like button, people, please, and hit my man.
Yeah,
Hit
yeah,
my man
his,
Cash App, man.
yeah. Smash that. Yeah, go ahead. King Lion, what's good? What's good? What's up, King Lion? What's good? Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. What Biggie means to you, man. Oh yeah. Let me go before you continue. This is the day Biggie had passed away, so we're gonna celebrate him. And so the link is in the chat. Usually I send the link through the email, but I'm gonna take a chance today. I'm gonna put it. I put it in the chat. So if you want to talk about Biggie and boxing, there it is. I'm good. The
Bef-
King Line. I get the King Line.
Before
All
we
right, go ahead.
start this, I want you to start it for a minute. It's just one thing I gotta do. It's one thing I gotta do. If we're gonna be talking about Biggie, I have to do this right. So I want you to talk to the people while I go get something.
All right. Alex Hearn, what's good? Alex Hearn, what's good? Good. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I think what Biggie means to me, well, let me say this. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. First 46 years of my life, been in Brooklyn, being BK. I've been in Virginia almost 10 years. Technically it'd be June 1st makes 10 years I've been in Virginia. Um, Biggie was like when Biggie was born, he was like 3 minutes away from me, and it's in the project was near Atlantic Terminal. So when you wherever you listen to one, I forgot one of the records he made. When he says AT, that's the project I was in. So we always see Biggie. So back in the days when Biggie started to get famous, I said, Biggie, when you gonna come out? When you gonna come out? Yeah, I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna represent Brooklyn, word. So Biggie was always in the streets. He was friendly. He did his thing, but so I know Biggie. I'm one of the few that know Biggie. Anybody that is around Brooklyn, especially in those parts, like Prospect Heights, Fort Greene, Gowanus. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about the projects. Gowanus, Wyckoff. You got Farragut, and you got certain parts of Best Stuy and even downtown Brooklyn. Around those parameters, people knew Biggie, but Biggie was always traveling all throughout New York anyway. So let me put that in and everything. But I'm gonna add more to that. You go ahead, brother Clarence.
Probably just like any other rapper, but I'll say any other Brooklyn rapper. Big represent the struggle.
Mhm.
I mean, when I mean the struggle, I don't mean just my pops not around or moms didn't have it like that. I mean, he came from the bottom. Everybody who listened to Big knows Big's lyrics, and dropped out of school.
Mhm.
All the typical things that all rappers rap about. What I liked about Big was his personality. He had a great personality. Even though you might have not, people didn't see Big smile much, man. He was I never got the chance to meet him, but growing up,
Mhm. Mhm.
listening to him and looking at interviews, and I've actually known people that's actually been around him and been in his circle, that he was a cool dude. And let's add on this. For a big man, he can dress.
Mhm.
He can
Yes.
dress. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't the heavy D type where you might have seen him get on stage and dance, but he can dress. And I think, when he lost his life, people didn't just cry because it was Big. You know, and we're not speaking for the people who knew him. We're speaking even for the people who didn't know him. He touched so many people because, like I says, man, he represented that struggle. And everything that he rapped about, a lot of people were going through it. I remember hearing Life After Death. Oh my God. When I heard Life After Death, I had to be no more than maybe 12. I
Mhm.
had to be no more than about 11 to 12 when that came out. Now, I
Mhm.
didn't understand what that title meant. It didn't mean, at the time, it didn't really mean anything to me. I thought it was crazy and some of the stuff that he was saying. And even as a child, I couldn't understand it, but it was just like, yo, this dude is, it was something, it was just something different about Big. And if you were in the Biggie fan, then I don't know what you had going on. I don't care if you were from New York or not. Everybody had listened to Big, man.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I remember the first time hearing Juicy. Matter of fact, let me take it back. Excuse me. I remember the first time hearing Party and Bullshit. And when the first time I heard Party and Bullshit, I was just like, Party and Bullshit. I'm like, how do you put those two words together? I'm like, Party and Bullshit. You know what I'm saying? When as I got older and I was able to party on my own, I understood the party and bullshit what it meant. But Big was I remember the first time I heard Juicy. Party and Bullshit was cool, but I know when he came out with Juicy, and I believe that was in '94, right? Underrated. That was '94 when he came with Juicy.
Yes, I was
Um,
94.
that was '94. Okay, I was 11 years old, and Juicy. That's when I really fell in love with him. From Juicy to One More Chance to whatever, to him doing the features with Toto, Mace, Puff when he was on the Craig Mack remix, Flavor of Your Ear. I mean, yo, it's so much, man. Big was just, man. He was amazing, amazing, and I felt like he was taken too soon because I can only imagine what the game would have been like today if Big would have stayed around. Yes, he would have been what 50, I believe, but it wouldn't have mattered. You know what I mean? He still would have been able to hang with the best of them. But yeah, he meant a lot. Life struggles, and even if you couldn't relate to what he was rapping about, in some way you can understand what he was saying because you had people around you that was going through what he was rapping about. You know what I mean? There's no way you was living in the hood, right? I don't care what part of America you were in, not just New York. There was no way you could be living in the hood, right? And say, I don't know no friends that's going through what he's rapping about. You a liar. I'll tell it to your face. You are a liar. Because you didn't have to come up in the home that he came up in, or anybody who went through life struggles. You didn't have to come up in that home to understand it. People say you have to be around it to understand it. If you going to school with people that's like that whatever reason they got to do what they got to do to survive, they selling drugs, whatever. The pops is not there, the mother works 3 jobs. Don't say you have to be in a household to understand that. You understood it because you had a couple of friends that went through it. But yeah, that's basically what I want to say about Big. When he died on this day 20 some years ago, I didn't find out till the next day, um, which was the 10th, March 10th, and I was 14 years old, and it was just mind blowing, man, because we still were trying to get over Pac. You got to remember, Pac, died in September '96. We were still trying to get over that in some ways. Um, and then here comes March 9th of 1997, and then this happens, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It was definitely sad. I didn't cry like a baby, but I sure shed some tears because I was like, man, they took big man away from us, and it was just it's just crazy. I never thought I'd be here 20 some years later to talk about it, and I'm just I thank God for him and what he did, not just for the rap game, but for New York. Because I'm not gonna lie, we were at a time on the radio when we needed him. Of course, we had Wu Tang, we had Naughty by Nature, we had Onyx, we had LL. Yeah, of course we had that, but I'm telling you, he couldn't have came through at a better time, man. So that's basically what I want to say about Big. Rest in peace, Big. We love you.
Well, like I said, we're going to dedicate this live Biggie and boxing today to the late great one, Brooke BK Finest. Yes, he is. Oh, bro, Ebo, if you listen to me, I send the link to your text and your email if you want to get on the panel. The link is in the chat, y'all. Anybody that's gonna come up and pay the respects, talk about Biggie and boxing and stuff like that, feel free. I would, like I said, usually I send it out through email, but I'm very appropriate today.
You know what the craziest line by Big was to me when he was like,
But,
"Pardon my language, y'all." And he goes, "Okay, I gotta. It was I gotta think of what album it was off." But he said about when I die, fuck it, I want to go to hell because I'm a piece of shit. It ain't hard to tell. It don't make sense going to heaven with the goody goodies dressed in white. I wear black Tims and black hoodies. I'm like, this
yeah.
dude.
Oh yeah, that's from the first album. That's from
Yeah,
the
okay,
first.
all right. I was trying to get. I didn't
That
want to
I
mix the
know the
albums
I
up.
know the name. I know the name of it. It's Suicide Thoughts. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
it
That's
was
when he was on the
Suicide
phone,
Thoughts.
I guess, talking to
He was on
Puff,
the
and that's when
phone.
he.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, listen, nobody was doing that like that at that time.
yeah. And also there's another song. They got it from this old beat. It's Everyday Struggle. Hear that?
Oh, oh my God. I don't want to live no more. Sometime I hear death knocking at my front door. Oh God,
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you this now.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
gonna tell you this. That song got me through a lot of times. Now, again, let me explain this. Let me explain this. It doesn't mean that things around leave, but it helps me cope with it. It got me through a lot of times, bro, in the 90s.
Let me ask you
I
something
got me through
underrated.
a lot. Yes.
What were you, since we on this, at the time Big was out, I know, but I was a youngin, so I can't say what it was like where you was at. When
Mm.
Big was out, what was Brooklyn like at that time? What was the atmosphere in BK?
It's crazy, man. It was crazy, man. Yo. I mean, certain Biggie records, we was getting robbed. Yo. That was ill. You know what I mean? But it was love. You know what I mean? It's like, it's you when you play ball, you playing the Biggie, playing to Biggie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fucking make you fucking be. You know what I mean? Like, yo. Sometimes,
yeah.
you get in a certain scuffle, certain arguments. You listen to Biggie, calms you down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie, yeah, like. See, I'm gonna say Brooklyn, Biggie was us.
Represent the struggle.
Yeah, represent the struggle.
Yeah,
Yeah, for Brooklyn, but from New York
for the world.
because for the world, right? But I'm saying from New York because there was a
Yeah,
misconception that I knew there wasn't struggling and stuff like that. And then you got to understand the civil rights movement. I'm talking about the people back then. They didn't understand the continued struggle. I'm just talking about for me. I can't talk for
yeah,
nobody else. I'm talking about for me. So what happened was when you got Public Enemy and all like that, Big was in that. But he talked about the streets, talk about the struggle. And when he talks about I'm the the man Giuliani, and I ain't scared to put 14 character girls here. You understand what I'm saying? Because as you know, Giuliani was a
Mm. Oh my God. When he was around, I definitely remember him. When he was around, oh Jesus Christ. Forget about it. Forget about it.
let's see, but see,
Everybody, you know what's so crazy?
yeah,
Not to get off topic, but he was so bad where it's like, you know how many rappers used to mention him in their songs? And they wasn't giving him shout outs neither.
no, that's how we felt about him.
Word
That's
up.
how we,
That dude
we
had
felt
that dude had it
because
bad. That dude had it.
he
I'm
had
talking
the
about
structure. Yeah, go ahead.
that dude had it Michael Jackson bad. They were not feeling him.
Yeah, man, because he had a destruction for black people. Now people say, what about Hispanics? Yeah, there was some, but they played some of them was playing the role. But he had destruction for black people. Anything that he trying to do, it was done.
Yeah.
It was an iron fist, dictators, and all that. Yeah, it was like that. So Biggie was talking to that.
Yeah. And Big wasn't selfish. He didn't just look out for himself. He took a group of people in Brooklyn from the neighborhood called the
Mm-hmm.
Junior Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, he could have took that success, right, and just ran with it on his own and say, I don't need a team of people. I'm good dolo. You know what I mean? I got me to worry about. But he sat there and he put a team together that, like I said, they were from the neighborhood. And then he brings little Kim in. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm glad that he brought Kim in because if he didn't Kim in, we probably would have never heard of her. She probably would have just been some street chick. You know what I'm saying? And it was just great, man. You know what I mean? Big was a real great dude. A lot of people said, man, why did he say this or say that in his songs? Like I said, man, struggles, man. That man really went through it, man. And the man, like I said, if you couldn't feel what he was saying, even if you didn't go through the struggles, then I don't know what world you were coming from because we all had lived next door to somebody who was doing worse than what we were doing. Even if we weren't doing bad, we went to school with kids who were less fortunate. So if you say that you can't understand the struggle, I don't know what world you come from.
Yeah, and also before I get to you, brother, y'all, I want to say this. When he was talking about Juicy, when he talking to stereotype, black man misunderstood, when he was talking about what he was to eat lunches and stuff. A lot of people didn't understand that's the life that we lived in. I know it Despite when that record came out, I was in my late 20s, but I understood that. You know what I'm saying? Because I dealt with that. Misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? People don't wasn't getting what Biggie was saying. He was nigga, but
look,
I got it. But a lot of us was getting. We knew. But he
and
was
look,
talking
years
about the
later,
school system. Yeah,
years later, we still being misunderstood.
yeah. But the school system and all that. Let's just So let me introduce you, brother Young. How you feel? Welcome, finally.
What up? What up, Grinda? What up? How you doing, man?
Good.
I guess tribute, the big anniversary of his passing. I just say about his Biggie, is that the rap phenomenon. Rap phenomenon. Like if we talking about, the New York and the King, I feel like he deserved to be that person right there. His flow, very lyrical, and you wouldn't expect that coming from a big guy. Big guy to rhyme like that. And it's just sad that he never got to achieve after his life. But glad that his memory is still here. The Murrows, having his name after the streets, and having the name after the basketball park is like definitely a good thing. Brooklyn, he like you said, he represent Brooklyn to the fullest. When you think of Brooklyn, you think of Biggie. So definitely a rap phenomenon.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you called me. Oh, the King Lion. Hey, what's going on? How you feel?
Hello. How you doing? It's my first time on your panel, sir.
Yeah, man. Finally, I got my neck around my hand around my neck.
I can't hear him on the radio for some reason.
Oh, you can't hear me? Cause that's on. I don't have my headset on.
Okay, can you hear him, brother Young? He probably stepped away. I can hear you.
Oh, that's a good thing to hear. Yeah, I don't have my headset on. But yeah, that's my first time on your panel, exactly. First time on your channel.
Okay.
I heard y'all was talking about Biggie the rapper, exactly.
My screen froze up, so I can't.
Well, go back.
I'm gonna go.
Oh yeah, he said he'll go back and come back. Go ahead.
But yeah, I heard y'all talk about Biggie, Michael Jackson. Yeah, I remember Biggie. I remember listening to Biggie growing up. I listened to a lot of artists growing up in the 90s. Oh, yes, I did.
Go ahead. What you think about Biggie?
His music was definitely good back in this time. Because I'm from that era. Growing up. I'm from the South, so I understand a lot of artists' music from back in the day. Oh, that's good. That's good that people can hear me because I don't have my headset on. Oh, he's back.
All right.
Good. Okay. Go ahead. What's your memories? The late great Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls' music was definitely good, just like Snoop Dogg and me growing up. Listen to them like music on the radio back then. Oh yeah, I used to like their music growing up. I didn't listen to rap and R&B. Sure did growing up. I'm from Tennessee, but I'm not living in Tennessee, but I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
From the South, because I'm in North Carolina, Raleigh.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm in VA. I'm in Virginia.
Oh, nice. I've never been there. Never been there.
You don't want to be. No. You stay in North Carolina. You stay there. You don't come VA. That's Commonwealth. You want.
I've never been to Kentucky before either.
No. Don't. Just pass through there. When I say pass, just go like this. Pass.
Well, damn, on the radio, where can he go, man? You saying no everywhere. Where can he go?
We can stay where you at, or you go to Florida.
Oh my God, you're the worst underrated.
Uh-oh. But I mean, I've been to Texas and all that stuff, so I know certain cities are dangerous. Trust me, I know.
All right. Oh, let me before I continue. What's up, brother CR? The link is in the chat.
He just came in. He dropped off. He just was in. He dropped off.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sheen. Yeah, Sheen. He knows.
Yeah, he'll be back. You know how she be having his technical.
So
Yeah, he'll be
any
back.
lady, also I sent out the link to some ladies in IG. So when y'all get it,
Oh, nice.
we want you to come. We want y'all to come. It ain't all about the men. We want ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, wait a minute,
Anybody?
underrated. Hold on, ladies. I gotta say this. I know this is underrated show, but I gotta say this before y'all do that because I ain't trying to get my video flagged because I'm sharing this right now. Just because we talk about Big, don't come up here showing your titties, ladies. Y'all gonna get a Biggie moment. Listen to that song. Don't do anything
Hey,
crazy, ladies.
don't show nothing. If you want to show something, that you can hit me up in
Oh,
IG,
you
and
know,
then
Big said, grab your tits if you love Big Papa. That's a song. Don't come up here doing that, ladies. Please, please.
don't get your flag now. Damn, bad enough Facebook. Bad enough Facebook. I can't even do shit on
Yeah,
No,
Facebook.
I hear
Don't.
what you're saying. I'm engaged, man. I'm engaged.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Congratulations. Congratulations.
congrats on that.
Yeah.
Congrats on that, man.
Congrats, man. Yeah.
That's a good
Yes.
move right there. Good move right there. But let's stick. We're gonna talk about boxing a little bit, but we're gonna stick to Biggie. Oh yeah, your brothers. If you know anybody that wants to come, share this out. If you guys, please share this out, y'all.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Please share this out.
Yeah.
I should
And
on
smash
Discord.
that like button, y'all. Let's get them
I'd
like.
like,
Let's get them
man.
likes up.
Yeah, but Grinda, I'm gonna put like this, Grinda, for Biggie. I feel like the smoke never cleared for him. When I mean like the smoke never cleared for him, he never got to see the achievements and stuff. When he was gone, so I feel like the smoke never really cleared. You know, the smoke had stood there because he was young. He was like 24, so he was
Yeah.
like so he died young. You know, so that's why I feel like the smoke never really cleared for Biggie.
Yeah, he never done. He was getting ready to have his own clothing line. He get ready to start his own. I know there's a lot of smoke screen, a lot of stuff around there. I could bring it up, but from
But,
meeting in
but
New York, you know.
you
Yeah,
know,
he
I
was.
like to put the icing on the cake like this, and me and Grinder, we always talk about it. And this was a
Yeah,
big conversation that happened back in New York. How this doesn't change anything by bringing this up, but I would say he had no business being out there in L.A. I always say that every time I think about it. I know we can't change it because it's happened, but he had no business being out there for the simple fact the timing was bad.
Yeah,
no,
Pac
hold
just
on.
went,
yeah, bad timing.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pac just went a couple of months before that. The timing was off.
Mm.
You don't understand what I'm saying? And I felt like if he didn't go there that night, we probably would be talking to him today.
yeah, man.
You
So let me
know,
show. Yeah,
I've never been I've never been to LA, California. I have a family member who lives out there.
yeah. Well, let me show some pictures, man, to bring back some memories, y'all.
Hey,
oh,
his mother,
oh,
his mother.
hey,
Yeah,
hey. That's when Big had one foot in the rap game and had the other one in the streets.
Yeah,
yeah. Beautiful picture, right, y'all?
Look. You see that? You see how his mother got Miss Wallace got the finger like, don't you do it.
Mhm.
look just like his mother. Yeah.
Just like
I'm
his
telling you.
mom. Yeah, yeah. No.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, yo. Big used to pull, they like he said, they called me fat, black, and ugly, but ain't nobody pull women like he did, boy. He was
Yeah.
pulling them.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's a connection with me and Miss Wallace. Miss Wallace is Jehovah Witness, just as my late parents Jehovah
The
Witness.
same here.
Word?
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yes. Yeah, like we both, me and Big got same stuff because he's the only child and I'm the only child, and with a single mother, Jehovah Witness. Like my mom did, she's a Jehovah Witness.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he said that because it goes
Wow.
back to what I said earlier about relating to the struggles. You know what I mean? So can you do you like when you heard Big rap, you could relate to at least something he was talking about having, a single mother and all that? Like did you feel anything he was saying when you first started hearing him?
Definitely with that song Juicy when he talked about the landlord diss us, and I
Yeah.
definitely
The
I
Christmas missed us.
I definitely relate to that because me and my mom, we never celebrate Christmas. Our only thing we celebrate Christmas was sleeping in my mom's car. So I could
Mm.
definitely like, and that's one thing. Like these rappers know like Biggie, they're like the news reporters. And they run, but they telling you what's going on in the streets and how it is in the street. You know,
See,
like
yeah.
one day he might sing a song talking about robbing, like give me the loot. The next thing you know, he be charming and do one more chance. and then another one he might be lyrical. Another song he might be lyrical. You know,
And yeah, and I think that let me say this. Yeah, it's good to know, brother Young, that you have that you and mother's Jehovah's Witness. Like I said, my late family, practically my mom's a Jehovah's Witness, and even when they pass on and everything. Also, Biggie was into spirituality too. A lot of people don't get that.
Oh
A lot of
wow.
people don't know. I got it because I talked to him, and we used to talk about things, and Miss Wise said, "Hi, Miss Wise, how you doing?" I said, "I'm fine," and had the Bible and stuff like that. So I said, "Yeah, you were, oh, how you know that?" I said, "My family Jehovah." "Oh, yeah, pray Jehovah." I said, "Yeah, yes, Miss Wise," and so understand what I'm saying, y'all. That when Biggie left, when I finally left, it was like a piece of me left. It
I
was
didn't.
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, I'm just let me get to that. You got it. It was something that's left for me personally because I talked to Miss Wallace. My mother and father talked to Miss Wallace, and with the spirituality connection is there. That's why if you see it, she's in the picture, she hold a Bible and stuff like that. She understood that. I know people don't like hearing this, but brother, Mr. Young, brother Young, I'm talking about that he in the temporary sleep, and she understood that. And so I put, all right, you can go ahead. I just want to bring that in.
I'm just surprised. I didn't know Biggie was in spirituality and with the Bible exactly. That really surprised me myself, big time.
Yeah.
Because I'm in spirituality as well, so exactly, and I've been following the Bible for years. But I didn't know he was a spiritual person because I'm a spiritual person too.
Yeah, I mean, not really talk all that much, but you hear him, if you got to see, this is just see, that's what brother Clarence, me and brother Clarence really talk about. Like me and him from New York, we you got to really hear him. See, people's like they was hearing him. I put it like this:
Hmm.
when he first came out, they heard him, right?
Hmm.
But New York, we listen. There's difference. And then people started catching on. Oh yeah, I knew we were talking because they was like party and boozy. He was talking about the streets too. That was like a party anthem. That was like a regional party anthem right here. Excuse me. And so, and a lot of people don't know that they probably thought that Biggie was the first one got bad boy hit. No, it was that was his name. Oh goodness. It was a year. What his doggone name is? Oh my god.
Who you talking about, underrated?
Oh man, what's his name? The legend. The one came up Bad Boy first.
You talking about Craig Mack?
There you go.
yeah,
Craig Mack was the first one got Bad Boy on the map.
yeah, for
Yeah.
me, yeah.
But a lot of people thought it was Biggie just took it to the next level. But
No,
Biggie,
what happened with that situation was when Puff lost his job, it kind of put Biggie in an iffy situation. And when they came with the whole bad boy thing, you know what I mean? Big was still kind of getting into situations out on the street, so he didn't get a chance to really get that first jump. So they started off, with Craig, and then once Biggie, got it right, he came along. But Big was always there though. If you go back to even before Juicy came out, you go back to Party and Bullshit. That was I think what 90. That had to be like 93 min. A year before we heard
92, it
Party and
was nine,
Bullshit. I mean,
92, 92, something like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
So
I like
we've been. He been around though. But Craig Mack. Rest in peace to Craig Mack, man.
because right,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
I like how girl talk about this. I was people always say no big, but I feel like Flavor in Your Ear was the jump start. It's like how Biggie was the engine of the Bad Boy, the
Mhm.
engine, but Craig Mack was the key that started. You know
Oh my
that
God. Oof.
that because with that when he did that Flavor Year, it jump started it, and I was upset that he didn't really get the respect that he um does in the music industry. You know, like he really jump started that. It wasn't surprising that with 7 years, when he being a bad boy.
Yeah, if you put on Flavor in your ear now in the club, the same reaction that they got 20 some years ago is that they get it today. For the ones who know about it, and we ain't really speaking on the younger generation because we don't expect them to know that. But for anybody who was around at that time, for a young person like me, I was only 11 years old when all this came out. You know, I'm 39, so it's like it's something I could bump through because I'm like I came up, listening to Craig Mack when the whole bad boy movement started to really get hot. I was there for all that. You know what I mean? To see them, to see Total, to see Mace, 112. It was an honor and pleasure. They were damn near like the Chicago Bulls in the '90s.
Right.
Oh
They
wow.
had a team that just couldn't be. They had a team that just couldn't be beaten.
Mm-hmm.
So you
You
said
know,
so
in
you
Death Row with like Death Row, they were like the bad. They were like Detroit Pistons. They were the bad guys.
Okay. So,
I
Mm-hmm.
see exactly because first the main person said in the string he said it was 39. I'm 34.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so even though I'm older, you were still around. You might have just been a couple of years because I got a brother who's 34. So but you were around to know that. So you know what I mean. A lot of anybody younger than that that's like 25, I don't expect them to know that unless they're
Yeah.
being taught that. Unless they're learning their history, I'm not expecting them to know anything.
Now,
It just sad how it all went, with the Bad Boy and Death Row, how it became like a coastal war, with the East Coast and West Coast. Um,
The media did that.
yeah, because in
The
my
me
family, I was not the only
yeah,
child.
but like it was
the
like
media did that.
it was like media, but it gotta go from, but it always come with both sides. But definitely
Well, no,
was.
the media really did that because it wasn't that serious. The media took it further than what it had to go,
Yeah.
and it wasn't supposed to went that far. But then, and it's just like in boxing, man. Sometimes the stories get crazy, and it be the media. You know what I'm saying? Like the two fighters can have an issue, but it be the media that they switch up the questions and they run with it, and then it causes conflict. But that East Coast, West Coast, when they came out with the Vibe magazine, and when you looked at the Vibe magazine, and Underrated could back me up on this, all of a sudden you look at the Vibe magazine, you see
Mhm.
East versus West. We like, wait a minute, what do you mean East versus West? It's not no East versus West. It's Big and Pac who were trying to, I guess, I don't want to say fix it, but they had the issue. But the media just took it and ran with it, man. And it was like it made it bigger than what it was.
Yeah,
And it wasn't
definitely.
fair.
Yeah.
It wasn't fair.
Yeah, I feel
yeah.
like when the Salsa Wars, when Suge had said something about Puff, and then once Set 'em Up had came, it was you see a bunch of dudes from the East Coast is like, oh yeah, let's we gonna get involved. Like yo, f the West Coast, no f them West Coast, like yo, f them East Coast, like yo, like it's whatever.
Right, and
Mhm.
also understand this though too, and it goes with that's you got to hold people accountable. It was a lot of on both camps. It was a lot of brothers was getting out of jail. They was not mature. What's going on in the industry and was adding drama to it. That along the way, it was people was dying. Sometimes in weeks in groups. Okay, and it was getting too much. It was getting too much and stuff like that. It was like people like, yo, man, let's do this and all that. Cause I tell you, cause I seen it. Brothers got out of jail. They want to get a rap. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nowhere to go. They lunch. They lunch. I'm just talking about Brooklyn. Yo, they source was Biggie, and they gonna do whatever they can to do what they can to protect Biggie instead of like get your own. So that's what the point is that Biggie created Junior Mafia, so they can go in, show them the business and stuff, and have their own publishing and stuff like that. And then I'm not even gonna talk about Puffy. I don't even want to talk about that dude, man. I ain't gonna we gonna stick to Biggie, but it was a lot of things was really happening. It was a lot of stories was happening that the media failed to say anything, and they knew what was going on. That's why, like for me, in my late 20s, when I see Biggie was coming out, it is painful because I seen the media did not want to see. Understand this: mainstream media wanted to destroy hip hop ever since it came into existence back in '73. They trying to make attempt to destroy it back in the late 1970s and '80s, and now we see '90s. 90. I said '90s the best decade of hip hop because you got a lot of variations of hip hop and stuff like that. And mainstream media could not put a stop to it. Even though I'm not gonna get it political and stuff like that, but even in politics they try to destroy hip hop. But hip hop was getting stronger and stronger. And so and Biggie was a part of it. He was painting a picture what's going on in America. And mainstream tried to stop it, and they couldn't. And the sad thing about it, they use some of us that looks like us. Let's forget. There are some got their hands dirty that got been paid very well. So when you put the East Coast and West Coast together, that's what happened. This like Brother Clarence was talking. We was talking. We at that time we was coping the loss of Tupac, trying to get a grasp of that. Now Biggie, y'all can add on what y'all want.
See, what I'm about to say is, yeah, I mean, I remember, the whole thing is that what I mean, I never knew about that, but now I'm just now learning more about it, and it's really crazy, what you actually hear, something like that you didn't even know about. I didn't know anything about that. So now I'm just now learning about that. It's really, really crazy, but it's messed up, but it's crazy all at the same time. Like I don't know what else to say on that.
Well, let me mention this. Welcome to my channel, my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. This is yours truly, the number one grinder. This is Biggie and boxing. BK Finest, and we got Brother Clarence McClain, brother King O'Lion, and Brother Young. And brother CER, if he wants to get on the panel, the link is in the chat. If anybody that wants to get on, you know what I'm saying, ladies and gents, you want to get on talk about Biggie, we talk about Biggie, but we're gonna talk about some boxing too. Let me ask you a question, Brother Young. What is your finest memory of Biggie?
When he was on the Social Wars and he was like, Brooklyn, we did it. And like the way he said it, it was like a triumph. Like how King comes up into his people. It was like King come to his people, like we made it, like victory. It's like that's how I feel like when he went to all the wars and he said, Brooklyn, we did it. And like that was real. That was like a real memory of Biggie right there when he did.
Yeah, I could tell you when he said that. I know New York, we was partying. Even old people. I'm gonna tell you, even Biggie had respect of elders too. It was old people say, "Yeah, we did it."
It was the best time I ever seen, man. I was like, yo, it was even like old people was like, yo, let's get this private stock. Let's get this say now. And you see the old people like that had houses, had their own house or in the projects. Hey, yeah, let's get this bottle. Yeah, he said, we did it. Somebody. Again, to live in New York, you will understand Bud Clarence, you don't understand what I'm saying. Of Giuliani. We did it. Not just Brooklyn, but Giuliani. In your face. That's what it was. You trying to keep us down. But you can't. All your political evildoers. In your face, Giuliani. In your face, white supremacy. In your face, whatever it is. So I'm glad you brought that up, Brother Young, because it plays a significant role even right now that we celebrate Biggie today. Biggie is part of all of us. People could talk. I know people want to talk about, oh, Biggie did this, Biggie did do that. What a black man want to feed his family. Is it wrong? Yes, it's wrong, but opportunity. Feed your family. That's why he said, misunderstood. Trying to feed my daughter. The lunches I'm getting was not enough. The significant message. Do what you gotta do. And if you still struggle today, so anybody want to add on? I got some more pictures. Add on, see. Okay, I got you, King. Got some more pictures to show y'all. Got that. That. King. That.
Relax and take notes.
Yeah. As a king, you wear that crown straight. You see he tilts on the side. No?
Yeah. Relax and take notes.
That.
You know what? I think now that you said something about what's the finest moment I remember Big. I remember the hypnotized video when he first came back because people didn't realize Big was gone for just a little minute because he had a car accident, right? That I never knew he had until when I saw the Notorious movie. But and a lot of people didn't see Big having the cane, walking with the cane, and they wanted to know what it was about, and they thought he was just doing that to be cool. But he was actually in a car accident with Lil C's, and it kind of messed him up. But I remember the hypnotized video was the first time we really got to see Big happy, and he was smiling. And I remember him and Puffy on the boat, and he's going back and forth. That wasn't we never really see Big dance and move around like that. You know what I mean? And it was just it was a beautiful moment because we, like I said, we never really seen nothing like that. You know, if he ever smiled, it was probably off camera, maybe. You know, because when the camera was on him, he was all about business. So to see that hypnotized video with him, you know, doing that and smiling, it was a great moment, man. He was having a good time, and I was glad that he survived that car accident because it could have been worse than what it was. But that's like one of my best memories that I can remember about with Big. Your mic is on mute, underrated.
Anybody else that want to add on to it? Where they at? Well, let's keep on going.
They still there?
What King Lion, he said he'd be back, and Young he
Oh,
just muted his mic, so I guess they be
yeah, he
back.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? Okay, there you go.
What you saying?
Hmm?
You go ahead.
No, I ain't saying anything. Just
Okay. No, I want you to talk, man. Bringing up Biggie. Hey, what about this one?
I stay coochie down. Shit.
Yeah.
With the Jesus piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big was oh man, Big was just like he was like no other. Big looked like if you were related to him and you was one of those family members and or you was a kid not going to school,
Mhm.
he looked like he was one of those that'll put you in check about it. Why? Because he been there and he done that. So he looked like he would have been cool to like if you were related to him, not because he was Biggie and he was rich. He just seemed like he would have been one of those cool type of cats to talk to, or if you got an issue with women or a girl, he can give you advice because let's just be real, he's you know what I'm saying? Big had a lot of women he dealt with, you know what I mean? I mean, if
Yeah.
you got the opportunity to mess with Lil Kim and then turn around and get Faith, boy, you was one lucky dude.
And also, let's not
'Cause
forget about Charlie Baltimore too.
oh Lord,
Yeah. That's good. No, Grace
hey,
Part was Kim, like that was his artist, and he smashed his artist.
Yeah.
And not only that, he put it through on the album. It was like
yeah.
whoa, it was like whoa, like Biggie was
And
living that life, man.
and and like I said, it didn't matter how their relationship turned out. He could have left her back. He could have left her back in Brooklyn and just been on his merry way. But he was like, "No, I'm not doing that." Like I said, Big wasn't selfish because if he was selfish, Junior Mafia just would have been a street gang, and they wouldn't have been in the industry. You know what I mean? They would have just been some regular dudes standing in front of their building in Brooklyn. But he put his peoples on, and that's what I loved about it. He put them on, you know what I mean? And and they still exist till this day. There's no way you can't go. It don't matter if they're not doing shows. There's no way you're gonna go in New York City and somebody say, "I ain't never heard of Junior Mafia." You ain't. No, they still exist, and that's all because of because of him. And it's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean? And we have to, it's our job to keep his legacy going. And I think every year this is what we should do: come together on on the panel and celebrate our brother.
All right.
I'm surprised. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Now I'm surprised ain't nobody, they ain't understand what today is.
I don't think that's that they don't understand. Um, I'm sure somewhere. I'm sure right now, even though the weather's bad here in New York, I'm sure there's some people right now who are in their house playing Biggie. They're drinking, they're smoking as we speak, or when they get off of work
Oh, not
tonight.
here. No, I'm talking about here.
What do you mean inside the chat?
No, not inside. I'm talking about social media because
Well, this is what I'm saying. I'm sure people. I mean, I'm sure you'll see somebody go live on Facebook and they're gonna play his song or they're gonna post a story like I did. Sometimes people don't forget you, but then they forget you. If you get what I'm saying, which means you're only remembered when your anniversary comes up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I play these guys all the time, and it's not just when their anniversary comes up. Some people just have a habit of doing that. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
yeah,
well, that's when it matters because when they see somebody else post it and put it up, that's when they want to run and go do it. But you know, me, it's like I listen to these guys. I grew up on them. You know what I mean? We'll never have another Biggie. And that's a fact. You might have somebody who try to come out and be big like him, and might even try to look like him, but they will never be him. There's only one. There's only one Big. Just like there's only one Tupac. You might have somebody who try to talk that thug life, but you'll never be like him. You know, these two brothers were young and they were talented, and there will never ever ever be anybody to replace either one of them.
Anybody else could talk? What's
Mm,
your favorite songs?
ooh.
I got a lot. I got Party and Bullshit. I got Juicy. I got every type of damn song Big came out with. I can't you can't it's hard to pick. I never listened to all his songs on his albums, but the main ones I'm naming, I like when he was on Flavor in Your Ear, even though that wasn't his song, he was on a remix. I like that. I like when he did the Can't You See when he featured Total in that. I like One More Chance. Hypnotized. I like the joint he did with Method called The
Yeah,
What. That one was crazy. F the world, don't ask me for shit. That was crazy.
yeah.
Um, I like all big joints, man. I can't. I really can't even pick and say what's my favorite joint. All his joints, and the thing is, he could sound good with R&B just as much as he sounds good with rap. You know what I mean? I like one of the joints where he was what's the joint where he was like all the famous females he wanted to screw. I forgot the name of the joint. When he was like, I'll probably go to jail for Pally the Bell. Ooh, Regina Bell, she probably do me swell. You know, that shit like that, man. You know, nobody else was saying anything like that, man. Nobody dared to say stuff like that, man. You know what I mean? Because at that time, even though it's rap music, you don't know how people gonna take that. You know, people are sensitive in this game, right? Or in the world, right? So, you know, with him announcing or throwing out famous people names like that, they could have felt any kind of way about that and be like, hey, I want to sue him for saying that. You understand what I'm saying? Even though it's like it's in the rap game, even though I think he meant, I believe in my mind, knowing that the way Big was, he meant all that. But you know, you got sensitive people that come out. I want to sue him because he said he gonna do this to me. You know what I mean? And it's like it ain't even that serious. Yeah, that's every type of every hot big joint was my you know those are my songs, man. So I don't really have any particular ones that I like.
Uh, I liked it. Give me the loot. It's real. He were real hard on that. And and also the one he talked um when that song I think it was Suicide Thoughts. When you can hear like the pain and you hear like the pain and frustration through that record. When he said no, I want to go to hell and
Yeah,
let go because I'm a piece of like he trying to like he it was just like his like frustration from that record. Um, that also who one more chance. Um, the hypnotize. Um, the warning like who definitely
hmm.
the warning and um the second one was with him with the locks. With that with, was Biggie, the locks. They had an album. They had an album called. They did a record called The Last Day, and
Mhm.
and whew, all of them ripped it. Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, Big just had some classic joints that was memorable. And I always liked his interviews because every time you see his interview, he was always chilling with his shades on, had his hat on his head. He was always laid back and just being him. Never would be extra for the cameras. He was never that was just never him, man. You know what I mean? He was always real when the camera was on him. He was real when the camera was off. So you know what I mean. This is why I say we'll never get another Big like that, man. So we just got to remember to keep his legacy alive. I don't know if they're doing it already in Brooklyn. They might be, but if they not, they should have every year. They should have Biggie Day. I don't think it's happening, but if they not doing it, they should have a Biggie Day for real.
Yeah, that is true. That is so true. Who dropped off? Oh, Young dropped off. Okay.
But you might as well take the other one because I don't know where he's at.
Let me see. On the key line, I don't know.
Yeah, you might as well just.
Okay, let me see. Let me see. Let me check the private chat. Oh, he said hold on. Okay. He said
All
hold
right,
on. Let me see. I got one. Let me see. One more picture.
Biggie.
He's,
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Players Anthem was my joint too.
yeah. Yeah, man. So
Players, grab it if you love Big Papa. Ladies, grab it 'cause if you love Big Papa, got you off the. 'Cause this type of happens every day. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna play that in a minute when I get live. I'm gonna
I'm,
play that.
I'm back.
all right.
Sorry about that. I was eating exactly, and I was hungry exactly, so I had need to get me
I
some food.
understand. I get it. You understand. You a choppity chop chop chop. I
Yeah,
got you.
I got me some chips.
All right. So you remember this picture,
yeah.
brother?
Oh yes, 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 yes. I do remember that picture. Yes,
Okay.
back in the '90s. Yes,
What's your feelings about
it was very interesting back in the day. I mean, I understand growing up as a kid, like I didn't know why he was doing that stuff at the time, but now since I'm older, like since I'm hearing more stuff about him, exactly now I'm learning more about him. Because there was a lot of things I didn't know about him or any of the artists back then growing up. Back in the day, I only heard their music. You know what I mean? And that's about it. I didn't learn anything about them back then. Mm-mm. But actually hearing y'all now talking about about these folks, now I'm getting a clear understanding about them. They were human like us. They made some mistakes and all that stuff, but over time, you get to learn about these folks who are big and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really don't have too much to say on that.
it? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So I think there's one more picture you're shown. Oh, we'll show that. Yeah, that's it for pictures. Yeah. So let me ask this question. What could we learn from Biggie today?
Let me see. He taught a lot of people. He raised up people to be themselves and don't be afraid and do what you have to do and for right and wrong, like everybody else exactly, who was celebrity back then years ago. And be
Uh
yourself. Don't sit there and try to fit in the crowd with people.
huh.
They don't do anything stupid or reckless. Yeah, I really don't have too much to say on that. That was about it I had
And
to say.
he basically told you too. You can come from nothing to something We're
Yes.
talking about a guy who dropped out in high school.
Oh
You
wow.
understand what I'm saying? Who started making more money than his own teachers. Now,
I
I'm sure Big was here today because he said it back then. If he was here today, he wouldn't influence you to not go to school just because you can make more money than the teacher or your
mhm.
principal. He would still encourage you to stay in school because he would tell kids then to stay in school. He was very encouraging. I don't care what he rapped about on his albums, you know what I mean? That had nothing to do with your education. You know, understand what I'm saying? So
Yep.
if he was here today, like I said, I'm sure those are some of the things that that he would uh he would tell people. And you could, like I said, you could learn a lot from what he went through. Like you said, be yourself, stay in your own lane, and try not to be something that you're not. And if something is not for you, don't try to be a part of it. You know, when he went from selling
Mhm.
drugs to getting in the rap game, he didn't just get in the rap game to get into it. He was talented, and it was a way to feed. You know, he had a daughter coming. It was a way to do that. It was a way to take his mother out the hood. Give. She was working hard. Father wasn't around. Mom Dukes had to do everything. I believe she worked two jobs. She had to work
Yeah.
very hard. So basically, yeah, you can learn a lot from him. You know what I mean? And it shows you no matter where you come from and how hard life is, you can change it around if you want to and make it into something. It's all up to you. Big could have been one of those guys that could have been sitting around still to this day saying, "Man, I can't do this because of this or that," and he would be making an excuse just like these guys do today. But he didn't. This is a guy who sold drugs, and he eventually, even though he had one foot in the street and one in the rap game, he decided to take that other foot out the streets because he knew it was going to lead to two things: prison, or it was going to lead to the cemetery. And he was able to put people in a position where not
Yeah.
only it changed their lives, but he helped them to feed their families. So it's a lot that we can learn from the notorious one, man. But rest in peace, Big. We love you, man. We miss you.
Yeah, he missed you. Yeah, George, I was praying, man. I was praying because that bastard headache. But I
Mhm.
can tell you this. Oh yeah, anybody that wants to donate, Cash App, it's in the chat. Cash App is $ capital JT 53000. Um, again, $ capital JT 53000. And also, I remember Biggie used to be downtown Booker. Yeah, they call it different now, but it was Albee Square Mall. Biggie's loved to shop. Biggie always in the streets, always signing autographs.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Big was an excellent dresser. Class will tell you, yeah, you see him
Oh
in the clothes.
yeah.
He be in clothing stores all around New York. Yeah,
He stayed Gucci down to the socks.
yep, to the socks. Yeah, Gucci. Yeah,
To the socks, man. You know what I mean? He was. It
Mhm.
was just there'll never be a big man like him. You know what I mean? Another big man like him. Not let alone rapper. There'll never be a big man like him. You know how some people say it'll be another couple of years before you see a guy like Shaquille O'Neal come back into the league. It'll be a couple of more. You'll probably never get to see anybody who was great as Shaq. Shaq was a great big man. It was other big mans, but it wasn't a big man like him. You won't see that again.
No.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. And
I
go
well,
ahead, go
don't.
ahead. Go.
I would say, I mean, celebrities, they spoke a lot of truth. I don't have to agree with what they did, but they spoke a lot of truth behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I saw stuff that I did not expect. I hear from these folks. They
Yeah.
caught me by surprise.
Because they paint this picture of us that we're no good for nothing but just to get into trouble. You know what I mean? They paint this picture of a black man. I don't care what it is, we do. They paint this picture that all we know how to do is to go to prison, to sell drugs, to stay in trouble, and that's all. But even when we try to change that and we try to do something positive and we try to leave behind what we are doing, they still crucify us. They never show what we do good. They just want to show the bad. You know what I mean? And they, like I
Hmm.
said, they paint this whole big picture. So when you sit there and say, I didn't know this, I know that, you know why? Because they don't put that out there. They just paint this big picture of, this is who this guy is. I'm sure there was plenty of people, right? When Big was out, I'm sure there was probably parents out there or older people at the time was like, man, I'm not listening to this guy. All this guy talk about is uh I'll suck on your daddy's, you know what I mean? Like it was certain things Big say that people probably wouldn't relate to, and parents at the time probably didn't want their kids listening to it. And they had every right to not want them to listen to him. But eh, at the same time, there was a lot of positive things going on with Big. And like I said, he represented the struggle.
Yeah.
You don't hear these guys today rap about that. Back
No.
then, rappers were talking about what they didn't have. All these idiots do today is talk about what they got.
Hmm.
But y'all not talking about what you didn't have. That's the difference between the generation back then and these guys today. These guys ain't talking about what they ain't got. They talking about what they got. Them guys back there was talking about this is how I had to get it. This is what I went through. If you listen to, let's get off of Big for a second. If you listen to a rapper called Ghostface Killer, that's from the infamous crew Wu Tang. He had a song in '97, I believe, called "All I Need Is You." And the thing was, all I got is you. And he says in the song, 15 of us in a 3-bedroom apartment. That's hard. All these
Hmm.
guys are doing is just talking about the struggle. And sometimes the struggle helps you to get through when you can relate to another man that's been through what you've been through, or you can relate because you're saying, I didn't go through it. I didn't have 15 people in a three-bedroom apartment, but this kid next to me that I went to school with, he did. He
Hmm.
did. So it's beautiful, and this is the reason why I always tell underrated. This is why I listen to artists from back in the days, man, because those artists from back in the days they helped me with my struggles today. Because it's like I know what it is that I got to do, even at 39. I know what I got to do. I can't listen to these guys today because these guys today ain't talking about nothing. They're talking about the 15 cars they got. They talking about the 100 women they ran through, and they talking about the 100 chains they got at home. Like I don't care about none of that. All that doesn't mean nothing if you ain't talking about where you come from and how you got to this point.
Yeah, the raps today don't talk about real stuff that goes on. They just talk about, oh, this is what I got. That's what I got. Yeah, this generation
Yeah.
is just stupid.
Nah. Listen, you put the '90s or even the '80s generation against these kids today, we'll kill them.
Hmm.
It'll be Mortal Kombat fatality.
Exactly. I dealt with
They
kids from
wouldn't.
this generation, and they
Yeah.
would get
And
mad at you. Basically.
well, the thing is with the kids today, you have to respect the ones that's before you. You guys are not doing that. I came up in the '90s, but even though I
Hmm.
came up in the '90s, I still looked at rappers back in the '80s and still respected them. I looked at the Slick Ricks, the Dougie Fresh, the LL Cool J's, Run DMC, Curtis Blow. I still looked at guys and respected them, and those are guys I still listen to today. And it's 2022. I still listen to those guys. So it's like, why should we respect the younger generation if y'all not respecting the ones who opened the door for you?
No, I agree with you on that. Exactly. Why should we respect the younger generation of this generation? They don't care. Exactly. Why should we show any respect towards them?
But you
They
know what people say? And I hear some rappers say this too. Man, don't do that because when we was young, people said, no, when we were young, we still respected the ones before us.
Yep.
DMX respected Rakim. He loved him. He loved Rakim. Biggie loved LL and them. He loved Big Daddy. He was from Brooklyn. He loved Big Daddy Kane. He loved them. You got to respect the ones before you. You got
Exactly.
to. Because 20 years from now, when you're the old school, you're going to want the next generation to respect you. Now, how they going to do that? You got to
Hmm.
respect the ones who opened up the door for you, man. So Today, I
Exactly.
don't even bother to listen to today's genre. I might hear a song or something that might make my feet move, and I might move a little bit because I'm in the groove. But other than that, I don't bother with today's rap. I just don't. Sorry, underrated from ranting. I apologize.
No, it's fine, sir. Because me, I just listen to the old school stuff. The
Yeah,
old
it's
school
not to
music.
discredit. I don't discredit no kid who's trying to make it. But my thing is this, man. I just can't respect it because I know for the simple fact you don't respect the fathers who opened up the door, or the
Hmm.
mothers, because we have some lady rappers. Let's respect them too. They opened up the door just as well. But I can't do it because they're just goofy to me, and I can't take goofiness. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, rest in peace, Big. Shout out to Miss Wallace. I know every time this day comes around, it's got to be hard for her. It's got to be hard. Shout out to the baby mamas. I forgot her name. Biggie's daughter. You know what I mean? She's super grown now. I think she's 20 something, 24, 25 maybe. Um, so just shout out to them, man. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to the Junior Mafia. Shout out to Lil C's. Shout out to all y'all, D Rock, the whole crew, man. And let's just continue to celebrate and represent Big the right way. You know what I mean? Because he was a perfect example of struggle.
I
You
actually
still
agree.
there, underrated?
I'm right here.
Okay, yeah. So yeah. I'm sorry, underrated. We done now.
Yeah. I tell you this though. I remember one time I was on Fulton Street, that's Brooklyn, New York, and it was a chicken spot. And said, "Hey, everybody hungry, man? I got you." And he bought the whole place up, full food.
Wow. I wish I was out there that day.
And yeah, shoot, man, I was man. Now this is the time. This is the time that before he got famous. This is the time I was in Queens. I live in Queens, and I was working with train. I was like, yeah, big man, look, yeah, that's what he was hustling back then. Yeah, man, get what you want, man. That's how the person he was, man. Always generous.
Well,
Wow.
you could tell he was because, like I said, when he got his record deal, he could have easily just forgot about everybody and went on. It didn't have to take anybody. But what did he do? He took Junior Mafia. He took people out the hood that was struggling just like him, and that was selling drugs just like him. And we gonna put this team together, and we gonna do this, and we gonna do that, and he did it. And mind you, when he got it, he basically told Puff, "Listen, it can't just be me. It's either me or Junior Mafia, or it's not me. It's none of us. So it ain't just me you can want. You got to take them too. They are a part of me. They from my neighborhood. We all grew up together. So you either taking all of us or it's no deal. Now who's gonna let Big go? Who's gonna let a great talent like that go? Okay, well fine. Bring him along. No, it's like when I remember when New Edition, right? The guy only wanted Ralph. He was trying to get Ralph to leave the rest of them, saying, you don't need them. You'll make it on your own. You're talented enough. And this was a young Ralph. Ralph said, nah, those are my friends. Not doing it. It's either all of them or we're just not gonna do it. See, that's what you call loyalty. Guys today, they wouldn't have did that. They would have bounced. Well, sorry, y'all. They only interested in me. But don't worry though. I'll throw you a couple of thousands or a couple of hundreds when I get paid.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let's talk about the second album. What songs you like about the second album?
What was the second album again? Please forgive
Life
me.
After Death.
Oh, I gotta think about what songs was on Life After Death because I might have mentioned some already. Okay, Life After Death. Jesus Christ. The song Struggle wasn't on Life After Death, was it?
I
I
think so.
believe Struggles was on there. I
Yeah.
believe that was the album. Yeah, I believe Struggles was on there. And if Struggles was on there, then that's the song. Struggles was, you know what I mean? Saying I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. You gotta understand, at this time, I'm a youngster. I knew everybody else at the time who was like 17, 18, 19, and if they was in their 20s, a lot of them, they could relate to it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that for me. That was definitely one of my songs. And like I said, you could play that today, which I'm sure a lot of people are gonna play that today. If today would have been a nice day in New York and it would have been 65 or 70 degrees, they'll probably be out there throwing the cookout for Big, and the whole Brooklyn would be bumping. But it's all good. But yeah, that's one of the songs for me that it still moves me until this day. Matter of fact, when I get off this live, I'm gonna actually go play it. Underrated?
Right here.
Oh yeah, you ain't say nothing.
No, no, no. Yeah, I like that album too. It got a lot of joints on it too. Got a lot of joints on it.
Yeah, it was a mean album though. It was very mean.
I like the song that Carl Thomas collaborate with him. I like that song.
Yeah,
Also, that was something to think about too. I just all I could be. Yeah, you gotta hear that. Yeah.
Big was a Big was a bad boy for real, and I'm not even talking about as an artist on the label. He was a bad boy for real. That's why it was perfect for Puff to name it Bad Boy Records because Big fit perfect. You know what I mean? It was like basically taking Jordan and putting him in the Chicago Bulls jersey. Jordan was a real bull. Bulls, they're bullies. Like Jordan was a bully. So he played for the right team
Hmm.
with the right number. And that's
Yeah.
what Big was, man. Big was bad, man. He was bad.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He was nothing to play with. Man. And
Nah, he wasn't nothing to play with.
Biggie could crack jokes too. Though.
Yeah, he had a sense of humor. But like I said, some people wouldn't see that. Unless you could find some old footage with him doing that, people wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't believe that he did. I'm sure there's some old footage that maybe his family got, maybe his daughter got of him, because they're gonna save stuff for her to see, so she could show it to her so she could show it to her kids. Because if she decides to ever have kids, or his son decides to have kids, hey, this was your grandfather. You gotta teach the history. This is your grandfather. He's not here anymore, but he's watching down on y'all. So I'm sure there's some footage or something where they got him having a good time, joking, playing jokes. Big, was a prankster. But like I said, they don't show any of that because all that is hidden footage somewhere, probably in storage.
Uh, yeah, Biggie was something else, man.
You're dead wrong. That was another one of my joints. You're
Yeah.
dead wrong. Relax and take notes.
Crack commandments.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus, boy. Number four. I know you heard this before. Never get high on your own supplies. Hey, hey, listen, like I said, man, you could throw that on now. You could throw that song on 10 years from now, right? And it's not one person that's not going to feel some kind of way when that come on.
Yeah.
Or if they were in the streets then, when that song was out, it brings back memories of what they were doing back then.
Hmm.
So, like I said, man, Big was something special, and he was something different, and we won't get that back. Just won't. So, like I
Okay.
said, if Brooklyn is not having a Biggie day, they need a Biggie day.
Yeah. Hmm. Well, let me read this song. We keep it going. Like I find the boxing. Key dates: April 19th. Triple Granado Giovanni Gavocki gets Ronald Mura 12 round for Giovanni Triple GIBF middleweight title and Mura top WBA super middleweight title. Wow, that's on Danza. Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
that's tonight.
I'm not entertaining that. They can
Right.
have that.
Yeah. So then we know April 16th. We know that Aerospace versus Yugas.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna be pay per view, and we're gonna stop right there. I can read the April. Let me see. April 23rd. Tyson Fury. We already know about that one. We ain't made no sense to talk about that. All right, April 30th. Las Vegas. That's an ESPN Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez. Me and Clarence, we gonna definitely talk about that. Okay, you welcome. You welcome, Keyline.
Peace,
Yeah,
King.
your girl called you. Yeah, you gotta get that. Gotta get G call. You gotta go. I understand. No problem with that. So give it Chris Stevens from Oscar Valdez 12 round for Stevenson WBO junior lightweight title and Valdez WBC junior lightweight title.
He gonna
And
get
then
smoked.
huh?
Valdez gonna get smoked.
Yeah, he gonna get smoked. Now Stevenson all he need to do, he get that Stevenson get the WBA, he be undisputed. Hoping we can get undisputed lightweight in the fall. Also on
Gonna
the
be a
fall.
whitewash for your man. It's over. It's over. It's over for that dude.
Hope we definitely want to see the undisputed lightweight. It should happen. It should happen in the winter though. We hope. Let me get this off here. Let me get this picture. Yeah, yeah, man. Hold on. I cut off. Yeah, that's like yeah. We would like to see off the group. Then nah, I ain't gonna read. Let me see. Oh yeah, April 30th, Las Vegas. Could already that. Also on August 30th, it's on Danza. Katie Taylor versus Amundo Sariano. 10 round for
Mm.
Taylor's WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF lightweight titles.
Mhm.
Me and Clarence, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about those fights too. But guess that's it. Nobody else say come through for Biggie. So make your last remarks.
Sorry, Big. We held you down, baby. We did our best, Big. I'm sure
Yeah,
he looking down, smiling like, good job,
yeah.
guys.
Thank you. Then shout out Biggie. Tell you Biggie and boxing to take care of that and everything. And also, we are dedicated this live today of the
Biggie.
of the great Christopher Wallace, the late great Christopher Wallace, better known as Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G., Brooklyn's own, New York, the whole world
Brooklyn.
stand up, real hip hop stand up. Want to thank y'all. Please share this out. Facebook, man. Woo.
Yeah.
Yo, when Facebook, when I get back on Facebook tomorrow, I will reshare. I will repost this, so don't worry about it. I will repost this, so don't worry about it. That's gonna take care of. And thank you, brother Clarence. And I hit you. I hit you up in a few.
No doubt, no doubt. Thanks for having me, man. Please, y'all
Thank you.
continue to subscribe to my brother, the underrated one. Hit that like button, share it, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the number one grinder, man.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. And just be safe out there. That's it. You know what to do. I ain't gonna get into that and everything. Love you, Biggie. We always gonna represent. We always gonna
Love
represent.
you, big.
BK Finest, New York stand up, New York hip hop around the world, stand up, real hip hop, stand up. I might
I'm
do
about to go to
it.
IG. I'm about to go to IG underrated.
All right, I'll meet you there.
So
I'll meet you there.
yeah.
All right, y'all. This one is Ghost out.
All right.
All
Peace.
right, so we out done.